Yo, what's going on, guys? What's Millen back again, and today I'm going to be bringing you finally the team that got me to Legend. I started off this season so hot. I got to, I think, around 200 on the leaderboards early on, and I just couldn't hit Legend, and I ended up not doing too well in certain cups. In the Love Cup, I ended up dropping down to 2600 or so, and this is the team that got me in about a week from 2600 up to over 3000, and I hit Legend with it. So on the lead I have Scrafty, as you can see here. Very nice matchup into one of the most common, if not the most common, mons in this cup, and Licky Licky. And then the backline is double rollout. I have Licky Licky and Miltank in the back, which is not very typical to run with a Scrafty lead. I haven't seen a single other person use this team, despite the fact that double rollout is not that uncommon. And the reason is that you're just afraid of things like Medicham, because a power-up punch Medicham, you can see that I shield the Hyper Beam there on the lead. I had a feeling they were doing something a little fishy when I saw them build up that much energy. But basically, if you see counter Medicham, you're in trouble. If you see power-up punch counter Medicham, you're in a lot of trouble, because that thing just ramps up and can 1v3 your team. The advantage is that most of the time they do not expect you have 3 things weak to counter, and certain mons like Medicham, they often run Psycho Cut, which is much more manageable for Scrafty because you take no fast move pressure and a single dynamic punch can't knock you out. So oftentimes you can just go down a shield and exit with energy in a matchup against Psycho Cut Medicham. It's really only counter power-up punch Medicham that you can't deal with, and counter dynamic punch Medicham is still a bit of a problem. So basically the strategy is that Scrafty, really great into Licky Licky, and the reason I run Scrafty instead of Medicham is because Medicham, its energy isn't as useful into a lot of mons. I think that Foul Play is a really powerful move in this cup. It does huge damage to Slowbro, it does huge damage to Skeledirge, which are mons that counter Scrafty, but it means that when you use something like Licky Licky that threatens the one-shot, you can often get shields, and then even if they, fight very hard to have their Skeledirge or their Slowbro aligned on your Scrafty, you can end up just foul playing them and winning that matchup. So there were a number of really bad leads that you're able to overcome with this team. But all this being said, I'm very tired of the Love Cup. I never want to play the Love Cup again. I'm just so done with it. And honestly, you'll see at the end, I think I have 2,000 battles this season, which is like double what I normally have. I normally have around 1,000. Some of that is because I normally just skip Little Cup and I don't play all the sets every single Go Battle week. This time I just ran RPS teams in both of those, so basically I wasn't even paying attention. I was just trying to get all the Stardust that I could. So that contributed, probably like 500 battles or so of me not really paying attention, just sort of tapping my phone while I'm doing something else. But still, this was so many battles. I feel very burnt out on everything right now because it was just so many. I couldn't really take it. But all that being said, I'm super happy that I got Legend for the 3rd time in a row, and I was using Pokemon that I'd never used before to reach Legend. So you can see that I do win my first game. At this point, I was 4-0 in the set, and I knew that I was going to reach Legend, so the last battle was really just gravy, but I had to, do my best, try to get the 5-0, and you'll see how that goes. But this team is pretty cool. I think because no one's using it, people just don't expect it. If they see, you have a Scrafty and then you safe swap something like Licky Licky or Miltank, they just assume you're going to have something very strong into fighting in the back. So they always swap in their counter user or, their fighter into whatever you safe swap. Here you can see I have a really bad lead into Talonflame, throw 1 counter, then go into my Licky Licky. They don't swap out immediately, which tells me that they probably don't have an incredible answer to Licky Licky. I'm assuming they have a Licky Licky of their own that they're just going to absorb the damage on. They throw a fly. I'm assuming they're not going to go into Brave Bird because it was CMP and a Body Slam would knock out if they had debuffed themselves. So you can see here, I get the shield with the Body Slam. They're not even swapping out, which at this point that suggests to me that they're super weak. But then they go into Licky Licky I'm assuming they must have been trying to bait out something like a Shadow Ball and catch it, but didn't really make a whole lot of sense. And obviously I'm super fine with them swapping in Licky Licky, unless they're really trying to align Scrafty on Licky Licky, which, okay, you know, they probably have a Miltank in the back. That's what this tells me. And I've already generated so much advantage. I don't really mind if they have something like a Miltank in the back, because I'm going to be able to get off a lot of damage with this Scrafty anyways, so it really isn't too much of a problem. They body slam there. That's a-okay with me. At this point, you know I'm in very, very good shape. They throw another body slam, which means that they were desperate for shields. I'm honestly not counting right now. I was counting in the moment, so I'm assuming that they were probably trying to bait an earthquake or something like that, but at this point, I know I can just farm all the way down, and I've exited with, importantly, a foul play. And here, they don't know that I'm on power-up punch, which means that they're expecting a thunder punch, and they would think I have no reason to bait, but power-up punch is cheaper, and that means that I'm actually gonna be able to reach the foul play, which is super, super nice. And this means that I've just gotten rid of the Talonflame. All that's left is gonna be something that's weak to Scrafty, because they've been playing super, super afraid, and it is the Miltank that I was expecting. I can just get off a ton of damage. I have 2 shields. There's no way that they can win this because I have a Miltank in the back. I didn't mention, but my Miltank is actually the rank 1 Miltank. I got this on the Daily Incense about a week ago, something like that. So you can see here, they just forfeit, and I'm so happy. You can see, you'll see soon how many battles I've played this season. It's just absurd. I'm a bit tired of the meta, even in the Open Great League. So I'm actually really looking forward to the Great League Remix. The Love Cup is a little unfortunate to have for 2 weeks, because I view the Love Cup as one of the lower tier limited metas. I think that Retro Cup and Great League Remix are really great, but Love Cup, things like that, and Fantasy Cup, not too great. The Color Cup that was earlier, I thought was okay. It's definitely better than the Love Cup, but it is what it is. Here you can see I get my Pikachu Libre. Super happy to have that. I don't know why I threw an Nanab. I think at this point I was just so hyped. This is a couple sets later, and I'm so happy to have this. Last season too, I just wasn't sure if I was gonna hit Legend, because the Open Great League meta wasn't treating me super well. I'd have days where I was doing very, very well, and days where I was just running into like RPS, Bashidon, Marowak, Wiggly Tough teams. Here I'm looking up what season name it is, because I'm just so excited that I forgot what it was. You can see here. Now, I can name my Pikachu the season name, and that'll be it. So let me know what you guys think. I know this team is super unbalanced, but try it out. Let me know if it ends up allowing you to climb. It's been your boy Watomormelon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.